Hey guys, my name is Emily Colson and I'm the blogger behind my lifestyle blog, Ideas of Emily. This is my very first Golden Vlog. I'm really excited to be a part of it this month and really looking forward to watching everybody else's videos. If you randomly stumbled across this video and you're wondering what the Golden Vlog is, it is a link up for bloggers where we have a list of questions that we answer, and they do it every month. And you answer the questions, but in a vlog instead of a blog. And so it's just a way for bloggers to be able to use a different medium and to be able to get to know each other better. If you're interested in being a part of the Golden Vlog, I will put all the details in the description box so that you can join us next time. Okay, so let's get started. All the questions this month are all about the holidays and Christmas, and it really is my absolute favorite time of year, so it's a great month for me to get started with the Golden Vlog because these questions are really fun questions. So the first question is, what did you do for Thanksgiving this year? And our Thanksgiving this year was very, very chill. It was really nice and relaxing. So John and I, my husband John and I, live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and my parents live in Austin, Texas, and then my brother lives in Lubbock, Texas. And we ended up meeting in Lubbock because Lubbock is actually the halfway point. It's really convenient that my brother lives there because it's really the halfway point between Colorado Springs and Austin. And so we did Thanksgiving at my brother's apartment. And we ended up actually getting our Thanksgiving meal from a grocery store where they had basically prepared everything, and all we had to do was just stick it in the oven. Because my brother is in medical school, and he's really, really, really busy because of that. And he's definitely a bachelor. He doesn't have like most of the cooking utensils that you would need to make a Thanksgiving dinner. He just kind of has the basics, and his pantry is filled with like Oreos and goldfish crackers and sodas and things like that, which are very, very amazing things. And I'm really, really jealous that he has all of that stuff at his house all the time. So something else that we did over Thanksgiving was actually on Thanksgiving night, we ended up going to a trivia night that is at this bar that's connected to a movie theater. It's a trivia night that my brother really likes to go to. And he was like, yeah, they're having one tonight if we wanted to go. And we were like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. Why not? And so it was honestly comical because there was like freezing rain when we were driving there. And so it was a really, really cold, messy night. It was Thanksgiving night. And so there were so few people who actually showed up to this. My brother said that normally it's just packed with people. But, with it being Thanksgiving and the weather, there were so few people there. And so we were like looking around, kind of scoping it out, and we were like, we might actually be able to win, or we might be able to do well in this because there's so few people. It was funny just because there were so few people, but like they make it very official. They had, the guy has like a microphone. The guy who's asking the questions has like a microphone and all this music and all this stuff. But anyway, we actually ended up placing third out of the 4 teams that were there. And so that was fun, kind of being able to say, oh yeah, like we placed third at a trivia night. And I probably wouldn't normally mention that there were only 4 teams. But we won this place that does the trivia night is connected to a movie theater. So we won 6 free movie tickets, which is pretty cool because movie tickets are so expensive. So yeah, that was fun. It was just kind of something out of the ordinary to do, but I would much rather be doing that than doing something like that, a trivia night with my family where we're sitting at a table and joking around about the questions and trying to answer the questions. I would so rather be doing that than going to Black Friday and waiting in line and just trying to get stuff. So it was a really fun and different way to hang out with everybody. So if you're looking for something to do on Thanksgiving night, or just, some kind of family, something fun to do with your family, think about a trivia night.
And then the next question is, what are you doing for Christmas? And this Christmas, we are going to be staying here in Colorado. We're going to spend a lot of time with John's grandmother on his dad's side, and then also spend a lot of time with his grandparents on his mom's side of the family, and then John's parents. And he has a lot of aunts and uncles and little cousins that are coming in from out of town, so we'll spend a lot of time with them. And We are also planning on going to visit my grandmother who lives in Denver. And thankfully, she's just an hour and a half away from us here in Colorado Springs. And so I definitely want to go visit her and hopefully see some of my other family on my dad's side that live in that area. Um, this Christmas is the first Christmas without my grandfather. My grandfather passed away over the summer a couple months ago. And so it's a transition, and it's weird to have a Christmas where he isn't with us. And like my grandmother, she told me on the phone, it'll be different this year. Um, but I'm really thankful to be able to go and spend time with her. And then after Christmas is over, sometime soon after Christmas Day, we're planning on taking a road trip to Austin, and we're gonna go hang out with my parents and my brother. My brother will be back from med school, and so we're gonna spend Christmas or New Year's Eve, so many holidays. We're gonna spend New Year's Eve and New Year's Day with them, and that'll be a lot of fun. Normally, fireworks are legal in my parents' neighborhood, and so normally we go and buy fireworks and go crazy with those. And so that'll be really fun. So, really just looking forward to having a lot of good family time. The next question is, what is your favorite holiday treat or meal? And I'm definitely going to go with treat for that one because I am all about the desserts. No shame. Um, so my mom well, really every Christmas that I can remember, my mom has made fudge. But this is not, like, I've had a lot of different kinds of fudge. And one time I even got fudge from the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. And I thought it was probably going to top, I mean, no offense to my mom, but I thought this is completely going to top my mom's fudge because this is from the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. Um, it completely did not. It wasn't bad, but it was nothing compared to how good my mom's fudge is. So yeah, my mom makes just this completely delicious, amazing fudge. And this fudge is scary, honestly, because it's not just like a dessert where you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of sweet. It's like, it's basically like you're eating a ball of granulated sugar that also has some chocolate in it. Um, and that's why it's so amazing. um, I mean, it is so sugary that when you hold, not even if you hold it into the light, when you just look at it, it's glistening with sugar. I mean, there's probably got to be like almost an entire, like, I don't know what are the sugar? What are the little things? Container of sugar? Bag. That's what I'm looking for. It has to be like an entire bag of sugar goes into one batch of this fudge. And it's like almost crunchy, like you're just eating sugar. Maybe I'm not making it sound very good. Trust me, it is really, 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 really good. And so if you're watching this, you have to make that this year. Um, Not you, I'm talking to my mom. Ah, fudge. It's so good. That's my favorite thing at Christmas. Favorite Christmas treat. And that was a Christmas treat, not Christmas tree, because fudge being your favorite thing for a Christmas tree wouldn't make any sense. Just clarifying that. Next question. What is on my wish list this year? Well, if you really, I mean, if you want to know what is really on my wish list, it would be a husky puppy with a red bow around its neck sitting under the Christmas tree. Anyways, so the realistic thing that I want for Christmas this year is probably a vanity table. You know what I'm talking about, the white table where it has the mirror, and then drawers around it. I've just always wanted something like that, really ever since I was little. One of those tables where I can sit there and I can paint my nails there, I could do my hair there and makeup, and it would just be a place that I could have designated for that kind of thing. It's not one of those things that's a necessity, but it's always just been one of those things that I thought would be kind of fun and super, super girly. It's kind of like the 1950s movie star kind of thing. Like, I feel like if I get one of those, I need to get one of those, like, powder puff ball things and just be like...
Next question is, what is the best gift that you've ever received? And I don't have to think very long about that one. I remember this very specific Christmas. So from whenever I was about 10 to 12. My family went through a difficult time because my dad had been let go from his job, and it took him quite a while to find another one. The economy wasn't very good. This would have been around 2001, 2002, 2003, that time period. And so the economy wasn't good, and he just really struggled with finding another job. And, we had been unemployed probably for close to 2 years at this point. And, we had been on unemployment, and my mom had been trying to work just part-time jobs to try to make a little bit of money. And I had to pull out of quite a few things that I had been doing just for financial reasons. And so it was a tough time. And I had this doll that I really wanted. I loved the Madeline books and movie and, all of that. And there was this Madeline doll that it was at the store called Zany Brainy. I don't know if any of you 90s kids remember Zany Brainy, but we had gone in there, and I just loved this doll. And because I liked the books so much and everything, it had extra meaning for me. And so it came with, she was in her little uniform, and she had her dog Genevieve. It came with the dog, and she even had like the scar on her from the appendix surgery from the books. So it was very realistic. But anyway, I just fell in love with it, and that was the main thing that I wanted that Christmas. But if you also remember anything about Zany Brainy, that store, the things that were there were not cheap. And so it wasn't, just an expensive toy. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't the cheapest thing ever. And so I felt a little bit guilty about wanting it, but that was kind of the one thing that I wanted that year. And that was what I ended up getting. And I think that just because we had been going through such a difficult time, and I had been so worried about things financially for my family, and I was always, not wanting to buy things. Whenever we would go to actually buy something at the store, my stomach would just drop because I was so worried about money. And so I think that because I had gone through that, it made me just feel so thankful to have the doll and to have this special present. It just made me so much more grateful for it. And I just always remember that. I've always remembered getting that Christmas and how thankful I was to have it and how appreciative. And, that's just a time that I won't forget. It really shaped me a lot with who I am today, and going through something like that really does change you. The next question is, do you put up a Christmas tree or decorate? Do you wait until after Thanksgiving to do it or before? So I love decorating for Christmas. I love Christmas lights and all of that stuff. But this year we're getting ready to move to a new house that we're about to start renting. So we're currently in a townhome, but we're only in it for about another month or so. So unfortunately, we decided to not really decorate this year because we're just in the process of moving and trying to organize everything. And we've actually never had a Christmas tree. We've been married about 2.5 years. So, but we just haven't had a Christmas tree because our first Christmas that we spent together, we just got married and we're just kind of settling into everything. So we didn't get one. And then last Christmas, we were getting ready to move from Austin to Colorado Springs. And last December, we were right in the middle of moving. And so we didn't get one then either. And then this Christmas, we're getting ready to move to a new house. And so we're not getting one this year either. So next Christmas will be a really big deal because hopefully we will be in the same house and we'll be able to be more settled in, and we can actually kind of go all out and actually get a Christmas tree and decorate and all of that stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So the question about decorating before Thanksgiving or after, I don't know. I think that I guess I did do a little bit. Like I put up a wreath and I have just a couple Christmas things and I put those out, but I actually did it after Thanksgiving because I love fall, and I think it's fun to celebrate fall and then celebrate Christmas. And so I think probably afterwards, but like right after Thanksgiving, then it's go time. So, but I did bring this to show you. So I may not have a tree, but I bought a elf costume for my cat, for Oliver. So that's kind of the next best thing, right? It was like $3 in the Target dollar section, and he once I put it on him, he will wear it for about like maybe 1 minute before he just slides out of it. But I'm hoping that I can get him to stay in it long enough to take a couple pictures before Christmas. So yeah, my cat is also kind of my decoration. What is my favorite Christmas song? Oh, hands down, Santa Baby. No. Actually, it's Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer is my favorite. That's not true either. In all seriousness, my favorite, but I just would be curious to know how many of you actually thought that. Like with Santa Baby, that's kind of like, oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, my favorite Christmas song is very cheesy, but I mean, really, what Christmas song isn't cheesy? But it's really beautiful. It's "Believe" sung by Josh Groban, and it's from the movie The Polar Express. And if you just listen to the song, I mean, Josh Groban has an amazing voice, but it's also just the music and the background is so beautiful, and the lyrics are really beautiful. If you really take a look at the lyrics, they're really nice, and it always just really puts me in the Christmas mood whenever I listen to it. I love that song. The next one is, what are your favorite Christmas movies? And that's a hard one because there's so many Christmas movies that I love. The first one that came to my mind actually was Jingle All the Way, which is a Arnold Schwarzenegger 90s Christmas movie. And if you haven't seen it, you really should see it. It's hilarious. My family and I have all these inside jokes that we quote from it throughout the year. And so I almost have to watch that one really every single Christmas. It's just really funny. I really like Christmas in Connecticut. It's a very old movie. If you haven't seen that one, really look into it. It's old, but it really holds up. It's just classic. It's a Wonderful Life is great, really great message in that movie. White Christmas, I wrote a blog post actually about White Christmas a few weeks ago and how much I love that movie. What else? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, that's another one that me and my family watch a lot. This question is, what are some of your favorite traditions that you and your family have? And if you know anything about my family, then you know that we have a lot of traditions, so I really can't even list the amount of traditions that we have, but really there's two that comes to mind. One of them is on my dad's side of the family, we have always exchanged ornaments, handmade ornaments, and so each individual family within our family will make an ornament kind of signifying something that went on that year. So like when my family moved from Dallas to Austin, we made an ornament that was a wood cut out of the state of Texas, and then we drew a little line going from Dallas to Austin, and wrapped a ribbon around it. So that was just to signify that we had moved that year, and so something like that. And that's always been a really fun tradition. And you actually we have all of the family's ornaments on our tree, and it always brings back so many memories. Just every year that we get them out and hang them up on the tree. You just think about all the years and all the different things that have happened to everyone, and it's just a really good reminder. And so that's a fun tradition that I really hope that we can keep going. The other family tradition that comes to mind is goozies. And if you do not know what goozies are, then you're definitely missing out. But you probably do know what they are. Your family doesn't call them goozies. So goozies are Chex Party Mix. And I don't know who in the family started calling them goozies. We have always called them goozies. And my grandparents have always called them goozies. And so maybe this just goes back, ever since Chex was invented. I don't know. But it's like we make our own. So it's like tons of butter, and I can't believe I've got to say this on camera. The Worcestershire sauce. But yeah, we always get together and make goozies. And as a kid, this was a really big deal because my parents would let us pour the Goozies into the like measuring cups and then pour them into the big bowl before my mom poured all of the mixture on them. And so me and my brother thought that we were really helping by measuring this out and then pouring it into the bowl. And we would actually, this is really weird, but we would always say, okay, we have to go do our Goozy exercises before we made Goozies and like during the process of making Goozies. So we would go sit on the ground and like do push-ups and sit-ups and be like, okay, we're doing our Goozy exercises so that we can measure things better. And so now, and we still make Goozies with my parents every year, and they're still like, okay, kids, go do your Goozy exercises. Yeah, it's a really like random thing that we do, but it's always been a lot of fun. This very last question is, what is your favorite Christmas memory? And that's so hard to choose from because I have so many good memories that are associated with Christmas time. But probably my favorite one that stands out is when I was about 7, we were spending Christmas with my grandparents in Denver, Colorado, and it started snowing on Christmas Eve. And we had been there for a couple days before, but it was like Christmas Eve, it just started snowing. And I remember me and my older cousin and my brother, we all ran outside and we were playing around in the snow. And I remember we were just shouting out, "Merry Christmas!" And we were just so excited. And the snow was just falling beautifully. It was really the perfect snowfall. And the snow was that perfect fluffy snow that was perfect for like making snowmen and snow angels and snowballs. And we got our sleds out and we're running around with those. And it's such a beautiful memory when I look back at that. And the next day, because it had been snowing for so long, that next day on Christmas Day, there was just this perfect blanket that was covering my grandparents' neighborhood, perfect blanket of snow. And, snow always makes everything so quiet. It kind of hushes everything. And I feel like it always makes the world seem so much more peaceful. That's why I love it. One of the reasons why I love it. And especially because it was Christmas, there wasn't a lot of traffic going on. There weren't tons of people driving. And so it was just so quiet and peaceful. And it really looked like something out of a Christmas card. And, being 7 years old, it was just seemed so magical to me. I mean, it would be magical to me now, but especially at 7, it was literally magical to me. And so that's a wonderful, awesome memory. Well, that's it for the questions. I had so much fun putting this together, and I'm really looking forward to watching all of your videos. So thank you so much for watching. If you get the chance, definitely check out my blog at ideasofemily.com. I'll put all the info down in the description box. Anyways, like I said, I hope that you guys have a Merry Christmas. Thanks, guys. Bye.